Within every misfortune is a fortune. I actually started running when I was about this big, 6 years old, and my parents were really poor. We didn't really get any money for treats, so we had to use our money. However, we had to actually make use of our bus fare money for whatever we wanted to, provided we didn't give it to the bus driver. So what I would do is that instead of giving to the bus driver, I would run to school and use those 3 pennies to buy my treats. And so that's kind of where it all began. I've always had this need to go back and run, use my legs and explore, the environment, whether it's in the bushes or it's in, it's around the world, it's on the roads, it didn't matter where it was. I realized that for me, it was not just physical running anymore. For me, it became more of a spiritual experience. When I turned 50, I decided to actually use running as use it to commemorate my birthday. So I just Googled Everest and marathon, and there it was. It's every 2 years, but it was there like 2 months before my birthday, and I thought, wow, this is meant to be. And so I started my journey, in December '07 on Mount Everest. It was definitely a most life-threatening experience I had by that time. When I was up there, I got very seriously ill. I had the worst form of high-altitude sickness, which is pulmonary edema, and there was a total of 13 athletes that got extremely sick that could not finish the race, and out of all of them, I was the sickest one of all. Because I was separated, from my expedition, I actually had more time to look around and be sick and be more, pay a little bit more attention to the surroundings. I saw a lot of girls that didn't go to school. And what I had known previous to that was that 70% of them are actually denied any school. And I said to myself, you know what? I could have been one of these girls here, and I would be sitting at home and not doing anything either, just the way these children are, these girls with no opportunities. And I thought that it would be very, very good for me to give something back to the community by putting up a school that is just for the girls, which is all nonprofit, it's all volunteers, and they're all from Vancouver. Within about 3 months, just as I was getting my bearing back, my health back in, I visioned Antarctica, and I really did not know much about Antarctica, but I did know that it was the coldest, windiest, and probably one of the least visited continents. And somehow I saw that, I visioned it, and I said to myself, I'm going there to to experience this extreme adventure to another level. It was minus 20 degrees Celsius, which is, fairly normal temperature in Antarctica. My hands turned into a piece of wood. And I just had this feeling now that I'm going to die here. But at the same time, I felt like I can do something about it. I ran so hard to warm my body up, so hard. And that actually had a flashback to my childhood. And I think that's the first time I had that flashback. And when I was about 11 years old, my dad was very, very violent, and he used to throw all kinds of machetes and all kinds of weapons all around the house. And this one time that I had a flash about was when actually he threw an axe, and the axe landed like next to my feet, and I was running away from it. And when I saw the axe, I told myself that if I wanted to survive this, I had to run faster. And I actually never remembered that till I was in Antarctica, that had happened to me. I feel I was very fortunate that I didn't have any money for treats. I feel very fortunate that I got very sick on Everest, because it wouldn't have given me the exposure to the severity of the education system, the great disparity that we have in the education system in Nepal. Really love the misfortune that I had in Antarctica, where my hands turned into wood, and the fortune in that was that I had a connection with my family that has passed away. Every misfortune to me is really my fortune.